Hello, welcome back to another stream, and today I will be watching and reacting to Chains for Real. If you guys don't know who Chains for Real is, he is a adult YouTuber. He's for older people. Content warning. Make sure that you are like 15. No, not 15. I feel like 10 or older. I don't know. Just make sure you're allowed to watch this kind of content. Okay, let's start.
One of the most unorthodox places in the entire world. Walking into the bathroom, you have absolutely no clue what to expect. And honestly, that's the best part. I remember one time I had walked into the bathroom, you know, to take a piss. And when I had opened the door, I was not surprised to see some motherfucker getting his head shaved bald. And these dudes were so casual about it too. Yo, what's up? What up?
Imagine
and, you know,
that.
it's cool and all to be able to be entertained while you're trying to release your bodily fluids. But I mean, sometimes you just want some peace and quiet. Because you truly never know when something like this can happen to you. And that is precisely why I'm scared to ever shit in the school bathroom. And listen, my school bathroom has always been bad, but these TikTok trends that keep popping up made the bathroom situation so much worse. Yo, look at this TikTok.
What the heck?
That's kind of funny.
1 week later.
Damn, someone took the soap dispensers. Who snatched the blow dryers, bruh? Where the fuck did the urinals go?
1 hour later.
Where'd the bathroom go?
Hold up. Who hit a lick on the bathroom? These TikToks had the school announcements like,
"Guys, I'm begging you, stop with the devious licks."
if you see anyone hitting a devious lick in the bathroom, report it to the office immediately. And I'm not gonna lie, this trend was low-key pointless. Like, once you go home, what the fuck are you gonna do with the broken blow dryer, bruh? But there was one TikTok bathroom trend that was fire. So, what is the square root of pi? Chains. Oh yeah, can I go to the bathroom? Be quick. Am I tripping or did I just hear? Yeah, bro. Bathroom functions are a 10 out of 10 TikTok trend. Hey man, if you're still in high school, I recommend trying it. Anyways, I've obviously never been in the girls' washroom before, but I be seeing way too many TikToks filmed in there. Like, is it just a normal thing for girls to go to the washroom while other girls are just in there hitting the renegade? Like, I wouldn't know, but that whole situation seems a little bit awkward to me. Wait, renegade. And when it comes to most public schools, the washroom is like the black market of the school. So there's always some dude trying to sell you something. Yo, you need anything right now? I got that Gandalf OG, that Alaskan Thunder, some purple monkey balls, got those Girl Scout cookies. Hey man, just give me a second, I'm kind of busy right now. I got that Sour Diesel, that Granddaddy Purple Deluxe. Trust me, this stuff will blow your socks off. And every once in a while, someone will bring boxing gloves. All of a sudden, the school bathroom turns into the octagon. People are getting knocked out, dropped, and getting hit with the guillotine chokehold. But as soon as a teacher walks in... If you saw this video, you would know my very first time drinking, I got both high and drunk at the same time. But my first time being drunk takes place back when I was like 14 or 15. And this story takes place at my grandma's crib. No, listen, I know that sounds bad, but like... I mean, it's pretty bad. So the story starts with me and my brother pulling up to the family function. And right off the bat, we notice the chill cousins are nowhere to be seen. So instantly we can tell it's gonna be a long night of engaging in conversations about school, sports, my lack of ability to pull bitches. And about 5 minutes after arriving, you know, I'm just doing some good old small talk. Oh, hey bud, how's school going? Oh, you know, it's going.
What is up?
And how's
Sophia
sports going? Yeah, the sports are good.
Savaz.
Nice. So the weather lately.
Sorry, I
and
don't
after about
speak
20
Spanish.
minutes, me and my brother are just getting our shit flamed by
Unfortunately,
every
if you can-
member of the family. No wonder you can't get a girlfriend. You're ugly as shit. Damn, that was just mean. And don't get me started on you. You had a 3-year head start and still can't get any bitches. And honestly, we just can't say anything back because last time I tried, man, still no girlfriend. That's brutal.
Still on how long?
Not as brutal as your 3rd divorce, am I right? Okay, guys, so instead of flaming the living shit out of this grown man in front of his mom, I decided to be the bigger man. I just laughed that shit off and then got the fuck out of there before they brought up my school grades. So as my brother and I sit down in a different room, I'm just in agony thinking about how everything this dude flamed me for was actually true.
Dang.
But my brother, on the other hand, he was whipping up some devious plan. Yo, Chains, follow me. Oh, okay. So we walk down to the basement. So, what are we doing in the basement? He opens a cupboard full of alcohol. Bro just cracks the seal on some vodka and starts downing that shit. Now, usually I would know this is a bad idea, but to be honest, I just got done getting my entire existence shit on by my own family. So I'm really just trying to drink my pain away at this point. I mean, we were passing that bottle drinking like rent was due and the wife was taking the kids. So with that being said, we got a little hammered. And keep in mind, this was my first time being drunk. So as soon as I stood up, I ate shit. It was like I had to relearn the controls of life. But we had to get out of the basement or else we'd look suspicious. So our drunk asses plug walked our way up the stairs. But we were trying to act as casual as possible.
When 2,083 minutes of Stranger Things stands between you and the final season, you could just ask Google to find the must-see.
So we sit back down with the rest of the family.
Aw.
We didn't just down a bottle of vodka. And me and my bro were just sitting there looking at each other trying not to laugh. But the next thing I knew, this dude Uncle Jerry was back on my ass. Hey look, Dumb and Dumber are back. And at this point, I'm using every bone in my body not to end this man's whole career. Man, whose gene is it that made you so damn hideous? Don't do it, bro. Don't do it, bro. And I really didn't want to do him like that, but the vodka took control. It was your hideous gene, Gerald, but at least I didn't get the same gene that has you 5'2" and balding. Like, I can't tell if you're going through puberty or a midlife crisis. And shit, I didn't stop there. And Joe, I want to hear you talking. You're built like Baymax from Big Hero 6.
What the fuck is Big Hero 6?
Mom, I love you. Karen, sit down. Your mac and cheese tastes like ass. And Bob, you're literally a registered offender.
Dang.
Grandma, I love you. Bernard, your hairline looks like it's social distancing from your eyebrows. And Irene, how are you 47 and still work at McDonald's and you got no drip? Come on, bro. Friendly fire. Oh shit, you're right. My bad. Needless to say, I was handing out smoke to everybody. Something in that vodka turned me to a demon. And I guess since everyone was mad at me for dissing the entire family, they never knew I was drunk as hell. But in the end, I did feel really bad for roasting my entire family tree. But ever since that day, everybody stopped flaming me. So, it was worth it. High school. The only place you'll find nerds and jocks chilling in the same room, where there's fight clubs and book clubs in the same building, where you can find the plug selling something and the school thought-giving dome all in the same bathroom. And surely one of the few places you can pursue your educational prowess and take it off that Benjamin in the same institution. High school, man. Love it or hate it, it's quite the experience. And although every single person will have a different experience at high school, there are some things you are guaranteed to encounter. Like the PE sweat, the nerd, that one strict ass teacher, the teacher's pet, the redditor, the predator, the chill teacher, the plug, the stoner, that one motherfucker who walks like this, the class clown, the band kid, the kid who just never shows up, the hot Cheeto girl, that one sexy ass kid who he got all the girls, and you know what I'm saying, he was like super cool, the bathroom fiend, the oh my god fighter, the anime test I did so bad, oh shit, same, I got a 51%, what about you? Oh my god, I only got a 98.5. The fighter, the anime kid, and the NPCs. Every single one of these individuals make up the magical place we call high school. You come into high school merely a young, innocent, and clueless child, but you leave even more clueless than before, bro. Like when we learned about pie in math class, my dumb ass thought I was in culinary arts for 2 goddamn weeks. And
But I'm in 6th grade. I'm in 6th grade. And I know about pi. Do this up. I know 7-digit pi. 3.14159. 3.14159. Yeah, I know 7 digits pi.
And that is pi. Chains, are you listening? Yeah, we're learning about pi. Then recite pi. Flour, egg, some fucking blueberries. Like coming into high school as a freshman, I was thinking, I can use my high school experiences and knowledge to figure out what I'm gonna do in life. Then shit, all of a sudden I'm graduated and my brain is filled to max capacity on bullshit. So now that you're graduated, what are you gonna do with your life?
Your mom. Oh, just kidding.
The mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. But one of the most majestic parts of high school is the bathrooms, bro. Like, it's a proven statistic that only 1 in 30 kids actually go to the bathroom to take a piss. And Lord knows what the other 29 are doing, bro. I mean, it could literally be anything from a secret fight club to a drug ring to a fucking Bible study. Like, nothing is out of the picture when it comes to high school bathrooms, bro. But the bathrooms are not the only place where some fuck shit goes down. So you know high school students love to see fights, so when there's the slightest hint of beef, there's a motherfucker instigating that shit. Oh shit, my bad, bro. Nah, it's all good, don't worry. Yo, personally, I wouldn't take that shit, bro. What? Nah, it's fine. Like, he practically just called you a bitch. Wait, really? No, it was an accident. Wait, what's that? Oh shit, he just said he's smoking on your grandma's pack right now. Hey, don't be talking about grams like that.
About 5 minutes. I need to go get me a drink. I'm a big bastard, especially on stream, because I need snacks. If I'm gonna stream, I'm gonna stream in luxury, okay? Well, other than whenever I'm actually playing.
But tell me why, when some entertaining shit happens, I just happen to miss school that day. Like, I'll go every day of the month, but I get sick for 1 day? Damn. I'm glad as fuck I'm not at school right now. Yo. Holy shit. Chains, where are you? I'm in my bed right now. Why? Ooh. Jeremy and Tom are running the ones right now. Fuck, the one day I didn't go. Wait, what's that in the background? Oh shit, yeah. They got Lil Uzi performing at school today. What? Uzi's at our school?
Yeah, Lil Uzi?
Yo. Oh, and they brought in Gordon Ramsay cooking up free lunch today as well.
What? Oh, and I almost forgot. Elon's pulling up and giving everyone Teslas. So,
No.
I'll see you later, man.
But listen, high school is nothing like these movies painted out to be. Like, all these movies portray the same shit, where Victoria and her goon squad make fun of Ruby, and where Chad and the football team shove Arthur in a locker. Like, I've only seen a motherfucker get shoved into a locker once in my life, and to be honest, I couldn't even see much of it. I mean, it was pretty fucking dark in that locker, bro. But for real, in high school, you don't have to worry about some big body taking your lunch money or some football kid slapping the books out of your hand. The worst thing you'll encounter on your average day at school is your local Redditor. I don't know how they do it, but somehow every joke they make is so unfunny that it just ruins my day, bro. Do you smell that? Yeah, Jeremy. That's what happens when you don't shower in 2 months. No. It smells like sussy baka, like Among Us. But not to confuse Redditors with Discord mods. I mean, they're pretty much the same thing, but Discord mods shower even less. To be honest, there is truly only one thing mustier than a Discord mod, and that's the cafeteria.
Why did you type
food,
egg
bro.
in my
This
chat?
food is completely and utterly
the
ass.
egg of
like,
all
somehow
words. What
these
is up?
motherfuckers
Sorry.
manage to get the food cold and the drinks warm. Like, how the fuck does that shit happen? And my high school would serve some daily specials, and to be honest, that shit was unidentifiable. Like, you'd see this pile of mysterious substance, and I'd ask the person who made it what it is. Like, what's the special today? You're holding it right now, dumbass. No, but like, what is it? Oh, I don't fucking know. And my school refused to pay people to make good food, so they had students making all the food. So you'd be eating a burger and look up at the person making them, and they'd just be casually scratching their ass. And even with all this free labor, tell me how these motherfuckers have the audacity to be charging $6 for 3 chicken strips, bro. That's $2 for one small soggy piece of some shit that's probably not even chicken. I mean, that shit is a robbery. And speaking of robbery, the high school change rooms are shockingly similar to Detroit. And we all know you can't have shit in Detroit. Like, if you leave anything not locked up, it's gone, bro. Your iPhone, gone. $5, finessed. 2-week-old rotten sandwich. Someone's taking that shit. And to be honest, even if you lock that shit up, it's still at high risk. Like, let me paint the picture a little bit. This is PJ. PJ locks all his beloved belongings in his good old PE locker before heading to play some soccer. After scoring a hat trick, PJ comes back to the change room to reacquire his belongings, only to find out someone took PJ's whole goddamn locker. PJ was devastated, until he remembers he can check the school's security cameras. Yeah, take a look.
Yeah, take that shit, take that. Yeah, we'll.
PJ never got his shit back. Now, I don't know about your guys' high schools, but mine was equipped with security cameras everywhere, covering every square inch of the school. But these cameras had the resolution of a fucking toaster. Like, you could have a motherfucker commit a heinous crime. He could proceed to put his face in the camera, state his government name, address, and date of birth, and you would still have no clue who did it, bro. And of course, the teachers. Teachers have the ability to make or break your high school experience. So real quick, let me go over some of the teachers you will encounter in high school. The angry teacher, the chill teacher, the lazy ass teacher, the funny ass teacher, the teacher who doesn't know how to teach shit, Miss Cakinson, the teacher who wants to be the chill teacher, but shit just doesn't work. That teacher that plays videos all class. The gym teacher with several allegations. The weird science teacher. And the teacher who subscribed to Chains for Real. Wow. What a G. And that's
Same goes for
high
the
school in a
teacher who subscribed to
nutshell.
Oreo VR. Same
Okay.
goes for the teachers that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go! Now, I don't know why, but there's just some things we all did as kids. And it's not like any of these things actually make sense, but we just did them. Like, did you even have a childhood if you never dug a hole to China? Timmy, we're almost there. Yay, just 2 more minutes.
I mean, kids are just some dumbasses, bro. Like, who's gonna tell little Timmy he's not digging through the Earth's core with this little rinky-dink ass shovel? But to be completely honest, out of all these dumbasses, I was probably the stupidest kid known to man. Like, I remember when I was 5 and I was taking my annual shower, you know, and all of a sudden I had realized I was a fucking superhero. It was just the way the water was flowing out of my fingertips. It was like nothing I'd ever seen before. And I was fucking hyped. I mean, from this point on, my new name was Waterboy. Wow. I was pretty fucking stupid, but not everything I did as a kid was completely impractical. For example, I know you used to run up the stairs on all fours, bro. Like, this was just the most efficient way to get from point A to point B. I used to feel like a fucking cheetah going up those stairs. In fact, going up the stairs in this manner was so efficient.
I think it was because I was scared to go up.
Well, why don't people go down the stairs like this? And shit, I figured out why. Or bro, on a hot summer day, I would wait for my mom to whip out the fan. And as soon as she turned that bitch on, me and my brother would turn into the Migos. We were dropping hit after hit. Like, we were spending so much time talking into this fan, our mom was a little concerned. Raindrop, drip, drop top, smoking no cookie in a hot box. Cookie. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, dot. Cooking up dope in a crock pot. Hey guys, you've been there for 6 hours. I think it's time to... Ma, let them cook. Bad and bougie. Cooking up dope with the Uzi. Hey! And speaking of cooking, when Mama Chains would whip up some good old craft dinner, I had no choice but to put a piece of KD on.
I think I did that once. I did that once.
That shit just simply tasted better, bro. Or whenever I was walking on a sidewalk, I would strategically plan out each footstep to make sure I was not stepping on a crack. Now, the funny thing about this one is... I still do that shit. And I know some of y'all are gonna think I'm weird for that, but riddle me this. Who's gonna be laughing when your mom's in the ER with a broken back, bitch? Now, I feel like at one point or another in your life, you just had to check if the fridge light stayed on when you close it. It's really just a part of growing up. Like, one day you'll go grab some milk for your Honey Nut Cheerios, and you'll be like, hey, wait a minute. Or what about when you were bored in the car and you start doing parkour with your fingers to the window? I used to hit some crazy combos, and then I would go to finish it off with a backflip. Or have you ever fucked around in the living room and you broke a vase or some shit? Whoops. You know, you get a timeout or you receive a little whooping. Now, coming out fresh off that whooping, this shit could only go one of two ways. Either you bawl your eyes out and play with this fucking thing for hours, or you would plan to run away, bro. That was it. That was your only options. And I had a few of those moments where I was ready to dip. I would pack an apple and my trusty Minecraft sword for the trials and tribulations to come. And then I would look my sweet mother in the eyes and realize... shit, she's making mac and cheese tonight. I can't leave yet. And you have simply not lived if you never hid a DS under your pillow at night. Like for me, the Mario grind was 24/7. There was no sleeping. But I'm not gonna lie, I had some close calls trying to pull that shit off.
Thank you. I will. I can't believe I just.
Love you too.
I just pull up the chance.
Fuck. And goddamn, bro, in grade 1, we would be doing anything but schoolwork. Like, we'd be poking holes in our erasers, injecting heroin with mechanical pencils, drawing this shit, and breaking this shit off mechanical pencils. I'm not gonna lie, you still gotta keep me away from those things, because if I see them, I will break them. And yo, I'm not gonna forget you motherfuckers who used to put glue on your hands and let it dry so you could peel it off. Like, bro, you're weird for that shit. I'm not gonna lie. But I did used to love crafting the biggest marker sword you could and have a duel. And I don't know why, but I always used to carry around this tiny ass pencil. Like, I never actually used it, but I always had it. And I used to flex it too, thinking it was cool or something. Yo, shorty. Take a look at my pencil. Oh my god, why is it so tiny? Tiny? It's not that small. And bro, tell me as a kid that you never had the random urge to just do this shit. And you just stay there. I don't know why. And I'm not gonna lie, I have to contribute my entire professional stickman career to drawing on the windows as a kid. Like, Mini Chains was whipping up some masterpieces. They were on some Picasso level shit, which is exactly why you see this high quality stickman content.
Team Old Spice is coming into the pits!
Coconuts and palm.
So, as I mentioned in my fast food video, I worked at a place called Jim Jordan's. Not to be confused with the popular Canadian establishment Tim Hortons. With that being said, at the time I had already worked at Jimmy's for a year. To be fair, I couldn't care less if I got fired. So one day I got booked for a night shift from 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. But that wasn't gonna stop me and the boys from smoking up beforehand. So we're all chilling at Bob's crib and we all take a hit. We all ate some snacks. Listen, you know the drill. But then Bob asked, "Are you guys trying to watch some TV?" Nah, I'm really just trying to fuck up these Doritos. Yeah, I could watch something. So Bob throws on the first thing that comes up. And I'm thinking, these nerds are trying to watch Dora. But literally 5 minutes later.
Do you see Swiper the
Yeah,
fox?
yeah, he's in the bush. Yeah, you see him.
Where?
What, in the bush.
I don't see him.
He's right there.
Where?
Right behind you.
Right behind.
Yes. Swiper, no, swipe. Oh hell no. All of a sudden, I was invested. This show had me in a trance. We were banging out episode after episode, and when I go to check my phone, it's already 5:59. So I'm like, oh shit. I got work in 1 minute. So I run to my car. I wouldn't drive. Not because I'm baked as shit. I was just broke, bruh. I didn't have a car. I was working at Jim Jordan's. So I haul my ass over to the bus stop. Then I wait there as fast as I can. I get on the bus. Then I get off the bus. Then eventually I make it to Jim Jordan's. Needless to say, I was late as hell. And of course my manager had something to say about it. But shit, I was higher than gas prices right now, man.
You can't be coming in late like this.
Yeah.
Jonathan had to stay an extra 30 minutes to cover you. It is very unprofessional to show up late.
Are you even listening? Yeah, What did I say then? For sure. Yeah. She definitely knew I was high as hell. But she couldn't fire me. Cause honestly, nobody else wanted to work there. So I throw on the gym drip, hop on the drive-through window, and I'm the type of dude whose brain just disintegrates when I'm high. So I was just chilling, you know, doing my thing. But all of a sudden some guy comes through the drive-through and tries to kill my vibe. Sir, hello? Do you have my food? Yeah, what do you want? Well, I just ordered some food back there and Bro, what do you think this is? McDonald's? Yeah, I'm gonna keep it a stack. Most of my brain cells were still at Bob's crib watching Dora. And I guess one of my coworkers noticed that. Yeah, you should just make the drinks. I'll be on drive-thru. Okay. Even though I didn't have to talk to people anymore, my brain still refused to start braining. Yo, Chains, chill. Wait, what? Looking back, I am really sorry for whoever ordered something that night because I wasn't even reading the orders. I was out here freestyling with the coffee. A little bit of this. Oh, yep, a little bit of that. Whole lot of this. Is this the black coffee? What is this? The black coffee? Yeah. Yep. Yep. Then I went on my break. Alright, Chains, what do you want? Well, what do you guys have? Bro, you work here. Can I get, everything? Oh, everything bagel? Nah. Just everything. Jim Jordan's never hit so hard in my life. I was an hour into my 30-minute break demolishing a meal for 5. Honestly, that day, I was probably one of the worst employees ever.
For real,
I was
though.
having the time of my life. Until some Debbie Downer tried to kill my positive vibes. Hey, who made this coffee? That'd be me. I asked for a black coffee and got a cup full of sugar and cream. Are you sure you didn't order that? And boom, she went off. I can't believe this. This is a disgrace. This is outright disrespectful.
Let me talk to your manager right now.
And listen, I know not everyone's brain just disconnects when they get high, but for those of you who are anything like me, don't go to work high if you want to keep your job.
Man, way back when, there was a time when you couldn't catch anyone under the age of 30 chiefing a vape. Until one day at Vaporizer Laboratories, they were cooking up and made a flavor that would change the game forever. Cotton candy. Now this revolutionary flavor forced these grown-ass 30-year-old men to take a good look in the mirror and ask themselves, damn,
What do I look like as a grown-ass man sucking on this goddamn cotton candy stick?
So they do what any responsible adult would do. They give it to their children. I mean, shit, kids love cotton candy. All of a sudden, business is booming for Vaporizer Laboratories, so they start cooking up even harder. Boom, Sour Patch Kids juice. Boom, applesauce juice. And boom, baby food juice. These babies will be sucking that shit like a soother. Kids' first words will be looking like,
oh my god, honey, Jackson's gonna say his first word.
This guy's like 10 for long crap.
Let's hear it. Yo.
Subscribe to him.
Pops,
I'm gonna stop
let me
everybody
hit off that
inviting
50
everybody.
Nick Wub ice, G.
12 years,
Like
man.
quite literally.
Now, the reason I say all this is to let you know that vaping not only intruded my high school years, but also my years in middle school. I was first introduced to these bad boys at the ripe age of 13, and with a little bit of that
knock on the door and they're like, shh, quiet. Who is it? What's the dumbest thing you've done in school? Because mine was getting both drunk and high the day before my final. It was my sophomore year of college, and I spent most of it being a straight-edged loser. Oh, alcohol is just a crutch, and I can have fun without it, I'd convince myself. Not realizing drugs are like social lube. You could raw dog and talk to a stranger, but it's way easier if you butter yourself up first. So it's the day before my English final, and I was not in a good place. My girl broke up with me a few weeks earlier, and I was still hurting. I was starting to enter that f***ing state of mind where I'm like, consequences? Who cares about those? So the night before my final, I'm walking around campus trying to get my head right when I hear friends having a party in their dorm room. I knock on the door and they're like, shh, quiet. Who is it? I'm like, it's Steve. They're like, hey homie, you can come in, but we're drinking, so I don't know if you want to get involved with this. Basically meaning it's illegal to drink on campus, so if I get caught there, I'm screwed. But I'm like, yeah, it's all good. You mind if I come in? And they're like, yeah, of course. So I'm chilling for a bit, but to be honest, I'm being kind of a Debbie Downer. My buddy, seeing that I'm in a depressed mood, offers me a beer, and I was like, sure. Buddy's like, wait, are you serious? Bro, Steve's gonna drink. For real? Yeah, buddy. About time. So they all crowd around me like a big titty Asian at the club, waiting for me to take my first sip. I take a massive chug and immediately was like, this tastes like dog shit. Buddy's like, it's Keystone Light. What did you expect? I'm like, do you have anything to chase this with? He's like, to chase beer with? I mean, there's juice boxes in the fridge. Give me. So I continue to guzzle beer while taking little bitch sips from my juice box. Eventually I get 3 beers in and I feel this wave of happiness come over me. I'd officially entered the tipsy phase, and here came my first problem. Volume control. See, I already have a booming voice! Combine this with alcohol, and I can get quite loud, which is not good when illegally drinking in a dorm room. So my friends are like, bro, I'm glad you're drinking with us, but you need to keep it down a little. I'm like, oh geez, I'm so sorry, you're right. Anyway, you guys want to play Mario Kart? Like, no matter how many times I was told to keep quiet, I just get fluctuating back to way too loud. Then I get a text from my friend Tracy, and that's when I experienced the second effect of alcohol, beer goggles. My desire to pork my friend, like my Johnson, rose dramatically. You see, sober me found Tracy to be a 6, but tipsy me, Tracy moved to a 7 real fast. I'm like, does beer always make you this horny? And they're like, no, going through puberty makes you forever horny. But beer will make you smash people you weren't originally into. Anyway, we continued hanging out, drinking, playing Mario Kart, when my buddy starts rolling a joint. And since I was in such a good mood from the alcohol, I'm like, you mind if I smoke with you guys? And my homies just looked at each other smiling like, damn dude, we've waited all year for you to say that to us. So my buddy rolls up a fatty and we head to the woods. Being a noob who's never smoked before, I didn't know how to properly inhale. So when the first hit, I just held it in my mouth and it never got into my lungs. My buddy was like, just swallow it. And I'm like, I ain't no hoe. He's like, no, just swallow the smoke. That way you'll know to pass by your lungs and you won't just waste it by putting it in your mouth. So I take a hit, swallow it, and pass it to the right. By the third hit, something in me snapped, and for whatever reason, I started pretending I was a black preacher. My brothers, we are gathered on these green pastures to smoke that sticky icky. And if you feel the power of the Lord inside of you, give me a praise Jesus. Praise Jesus. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. If you feel the power of the Holy Spirit inside of you, give me a praise Jesus. Then we see a light turn on in the house near us, and I yell, cheese it, boys. We all book it back to campus. When we get back to the dorms, we have to check in at the front. And I'm still in character saying, hello there, children of God. They're like, and as soon as I get 2 steps past them, I say way too loudly, do you think they know I was high? Buddy is like, yeah, I think they might have an idea. So I get back to my room at exactly 2:23 a.m., and this is where the story gets interesting. You see, I had my English final the next morning at 8 a.m., and when my alarm goes off at 7:45, I'm like, oh shit. I'm still f***ed up. So I go to class super paranoid that people are gonna think I'm on drugs. I sit down, try not to make eye contact with anyone when the person behind me asks, do you think we need a pencil? And I was so out of it, I just said, God works in mysterious ways. The teacher eventually hands out the exam, and I'm going through it while progressively getting distracted, like, okay, how many sonnets did Shakespeare write? Is that a butterfly? Butterfly pretty. Tits, focus. focus! Eventually I get through all the multiple choice questions, but at the end of the exam there were 2 questions you needed to write out a paragraph for. And I was like, oh no. Because zooted or not, circling an answer is pretty straightforward. Writing out a coherent thought is much tougher. The first question was describe your experience going to a poetry reading. Now, I did go to a poetry reading, but I stayed for maybe 3 minutes before they asked me to leave. You see, the dude presenting had a poem titled Apple Tree. That went, my apple tree is tasty and sweet. My apple tree is ripe for the picking. My apple tree is long and hard. And I'm just laughing, looking around, going, we all know he's talking about his right? Right? Anyway, even though I was kicked out, I knew exactly what my teacher wanted. The presenter's pacing, tone, inflections dramatically shaped how I viewed the poem, blah, 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 blah. The second question is where trouble started brewing. You see, it asked my experience going to a school play, and I did attend a play, but I hated it. So instead of writing what the teacher wanted to hear, I wrote how I really felt. So I started with, I saw the Little Shop of Horrors, but they should have called it the Holocaust, because it was an atrocity. The acting was so bad, it felt like they committed a hate crime, and the plant on stage looked like a 2-week-old fetus they found in the dumpster. And as I'm writing this, I'm like, oh, I shouldn't be doing this. But the drugs were just too strong, and my true feelings for the play needed to come out. Anyway, after the exam, I was like, well, I probably would have gotten a B, but maybe with or comments, I'll get a B-. And to my surprise, I ended up getting an A-. I'm like, how the hell? And the more I thought about it, the more it began to make sense. Like, my class was at 8 in the morning. No one ever participated. Everyone just looked down, praying the teacher would never call on them. So I think what happened was the teacher was just happy someone finally expressed themselves honestly. Either that, or maybe he got a little zooted himself. You know what? It did look like an aborted fetus. Sugar is one of the most addictive substances on the planet. And just like a homeless person, once you start, you just can't stop. But what is sugar? Sugar is when a glucose molecule decides to stick it in a fructose molecule, causing it to have a butt baby of sucrose. Sucrose is a simple carbohydrate, not to be confused with complex carbohydrates. You see, most people would typically group all carbs together, when they're really quite different. Simple carbs are like basic biddies. They'll give you a quick dopamine rush, and then immediately ask for a handbag. Complex carbs are like your friend's stepmom. They won't be quick, but you'd be surprised by how long they last. Sugar comes from sugar cane or sugar beets and was originally brought to America by Christopher Columbus. Columbus, that white devil, thought, I have the sugar cane, but no slaves to grow it for me. What to do? I got it. Grow it for me, boy! And boy did he. Those slaves were used to cultivate sugar, which turned into rum, which turned into money, which turned into more slaves, which turned into, you guessed it, more sugar. And over the next couple hundred years, people realized they could add sugar to things like coffee, tea, and chocolate to make it taste better, which led to the first advertisement of Folgers. Taste the suffering. Eventually, research started to come out linking sugar to adverse health effects, but getting rid of it would affect a lot of companies' bottom line. So in the 1960s, some shady people paid Harvard scientists to downplay the link of sugar to heart disease and blame it on fat instead. That way, companies could still make massive profits and more people would die. It's really a win-win if you're a capitalist like me. But in 1972, some British scientist named John Yudkin decided to grow conscience and sound the alarm that sugar, not fat, was the greater danger to our health. The food industry responded appropriately by destroying Yudkin's reputation and getting his work banned, which just goes to show the free market always works. However, eventually more research came out linking sugar to an increased risk of cancer, cavities, diabetes, obesity, basically anything that makes a person unfuckable. But by this point, the damage is already done. In America, 70% of adults are overweight and 40% are obese. I don't even know how planes can get off the ground with so many pork chops out there. Guess pigs can fly. Now, in fairness, sugar isn't all bad. Your body wants about 1/5 of its calories from glucose, so it's not surprising that your brain craves it. The problem is how much sugar you ingest. Like the average male only supposed to consume about 36 grams in a day. Like, bish, that's less than 1 can of Pepsi. That's for the day, let alone any other meal your fat ass is gonna scarf down. And you might think, oh well, the answer is simple. I just won't eat candy or drink soda. But spoiler alert, sugar is in almost everything. Peanut butter, tomato sauce, f***ing Advil has sugar in it. And just like your pastor, companies know to get you while you're young. Breakfast cereals like Cheerios are 32% sugar, Lucky Charms 33%, Quaker Oats, oh, it has oats in it. How bad could that be? 44% sugar. How can you sell something almost 50% sugar to children and not expect some health problems? That's like bringing crystal meth cupcakes to the church bake sale being like, why are so many kids tweaking? You see, there are only about 10 companies that own all the food and drinks in the world. And not surprisingly, the sweeter something tastes, the more likely someone will buy it. My mom fell victim to this and would always buy me things high in sugar. In her mind, she was just being a good parent, not realizing she's napalming my palate. I couldn't even drink water without getting repulsed. And being a dumb kid, I didn't think I was addicted. I was just like, oh, my taste buds must be different. You like water and broccoli, I like Skittles and Pixie Sticks. We're just built different. The only time I was like, wait, something may be wrong, was when I was chilling at my homie's house. We were in the basement practicing wrestling moves on each other. You know, typical heterosexual behavior. Anyway, we eventually both get exhausted and head upstairs for some refreshments. Normally, and I'd grab a soda, but my friend only had cranberry juice and water. So I just started chugging cranberry juice, which is wild because I find it disgusting. Like, even though I didn't like the taste, my body knew there was something in this that I desired. Fast forward to college, and your boy was taking a nutrition class where my teacher was like, "Sugar will fuck you worse than your pastor." I'm paraphrasing, but the gist was this stuff is really bad for you. So I decided to cut it out, but still crave something sweet. So what I did was transfer to Crystal Light, or basically fake sugar, and would slowly wean myself off of it by adding less and less to my drinks, eventually getting me used to the taste of water without being disgusted. But even after this, I still didn't think I was addicted to sugar. That was until I came home from Thanksgiving break and went out to dinner with my mom. At dinner, I decided to have a huge glass of soda, and 4 hours later, I had a massive craving for it. So much so, I'm like, maybe I'll just drive to CVS to pick some up. Then I'm like, bro, what is wrong with me? It's 10 at night. Why do I feel compelled to get a soda right now? And this feeling lasted for days. Like I'd be passing by 7-Eleven, like, what if I just stopped in real quick? No, you crackhead, stop it, stop it! This is the first of many occasions where my body would go through long stretches without sugar, eat or drink a ton of it, then go back to having withdrawals, which kind of put other addictions in perspective. Like, I definitely used to make fun of alcoholics, like, oh, not drinking 12 shots of Jaeger must be so difficult. Please, tell me about your disease. But my insults were based on ignorance, because I don't have the addiction gene like many others do. Right now, I have pain and sleeping pills in my medicine cabinet, yet I don't have a desire to do them. Sure, they make me feel good, but like women getting laid, I just don't have the craving for it. So much in life is about luck. Like, I'm sure LeBron James has worked super hard to get where he's at, but if he was born 150 years earlier, the only free throw he'd be shooting is cotton in his master's bag. So don't feel bad if sugar or other substances have a certain amount of control over your life. Because maybe you're surrounded by fast food, or maybe you have a slow metabolism, or maybe the only way you get hard is by smelling a Krispy Kreme. I don't know you or the struggles you go through. But if you need some help quitting sugar, I do got some tips for you. Tip number 1, hate yourself. When you love yourself, you start to let yourself go. That's why fat black women are so happy. Is that what you want? To love yourself? Ew. No. Self-loathing is the first step to having a fit physique.
No, it's not. It's not. It's genuine. Do not follow this advice. If you love yourself, you will. If you truly love yourself and people around you, you will get fit. I'm going to counteract to any advice that is incorrect. Even though I'm a middle schooler, you can trust this middle schooler more than this 23-year-old man.
And the more disgusted you are, the less likely you are to eat that bag of Skittles. Tip number 2, learn how to read food labels. Starch, fruit juice, honey, and anything ending in "ose" is basically sugar in disguise. And don't be fooled by corporate buzzwords. Just because the package says vegan and gluten-free or natural doesn't mean it's good for you. And the biggest thing to look for is added sugar. That's basically a company saying, you don't want to make this yogurt taste better? Some crack. Tip number 3, go cold turkey. It's a lot easier to never do something than to do something in moderation. Think of eating healthy like getting a handy. If you're just getting handies, it's fine. But as soon as you get that one blowy or drink that one soda, it's off the rails. Like, this is great. Why would I ever go back to getting handies or not having sugar or whatever this analogy's about? The point is, if you never have something delicious, then you won't know what you're missing. Tip number 4, replace. Like I mentioned earlier, the way I weaned myself off soda was drinking Crystal Light. Now, that's not to say these fake sugars are good for you. It's like smoking and driving instead of drinking and driving. Sure, one is better, but that doesn't mean the other one's good. One issue I have with these fake sugars is how much sweeter they are than sugar. Aspartame is 200 times sweeter, and sucralose, or Splenda, is 600 times sweeter. This causes some people, like myself, to start to crave that sweet feeling. Like recently, I brought this drink called Body Armor Light. There's 20 calories, some vitamins, and almost no sugar. So I'm thinking, oh, this has got to be good for me. But after drinking one, my body 2 hours later is like, more. I want more. So these sugar alternatives may be good for some, but they're not for everyone. Tip number 5, seek help. Some people, especially guys, view asking for help as a sign of weakness. But really, it's a sign of maturity. It's using the tools and resources around you to help solve your problems. Because what works for you may not work for others. Like a friend of mine lost a ton of weight and credits me for insulting him as the main motivator. But calling someone chicken cutlet titties may not work for everyone. So it's best to seek out the guidance of a medical professional and come up with a plan that works best for you. Because sugar may not be your main issue. Like most addictions, it's about escaping your problems and turning to something that gives you comfort. So maybe sugar is just a coping mechanism for underlying trauma. Or maybe you just like the taste of bread. I don't know. But what I do know is heart disease is the #1 killer in America. And if you think life sucks now, imagine losing your parent to a preventable disease. Yeah, talk about a bad day. Or a great day if you're trying to get an inheritance. The point is, if you care about your family, your loved ones, or yourself, then you should work on trying to curb your sugar addiction and live a healthier lifestyle. I got you some McDonald's, Dad. Oh, Billy, that was really sweet of you. Shh. keep eating. Drinking is great for like 4 shots. Every shot after is like saying the N-word in public. You might get away with a few, but eventually you'll suffer liver damage. Now, I didn't always drink in college. Like a bi girl, I'd be straight on the weekdays and experiment on the weekends. But when I did drink, I went hard, with the goal of nailing someone with my hammered body. And my favorite way to drink was playing games, because ingesting mass quantities of alcohol implies you have a problem. But if you add cards, it's somehow fine. Now, I loved most games, but the problem was they were too common. Every house had Pong, Kings, keg stands, but I wanted something that no one else had. So after doing a little research, I came across the greatest beer drinking game, Battle Shots, which was essentially Battleship with shot glasses. Given the term getting blasted, a whole new meaning. So I got some pizza boxes, mapped out a grid, added some flair, and bam! Had a beautiful Battle Shots board. Oh, that board brought so many positive memories. I can't tell you how many women I smashed from the opening line of, I bet you're trash at strategy games. And beyond women, it was great at making friends. There is no better bonding experience than competing over who gets drunk the fastest. Needless to say, I love the game, but when I graduated later that year, I knew I had to give it up. You can't binge drink in the real world without coming off as sad. So I gave the game to my homie, saying I hope this brings you as much poon and friends as it brought me. Fast forward 6 months later, and I go back to campus to visit some friends. When I arrived, they had Battle Shots set up, being like, you wanna play? I'm like, hell yeah. So we play a game, and as soon as it's ending, a bunch of people arrive. When they see the board, they're like, yo, let's play a tournament. And this is where I fucked up. You see, normally I just play one game, let alone multiple in a row, but because I had alcohol in my system, I was not thinking correctly. And by the time game 3 rolled around, I blacked out. I wake up the next morning in immense pain to the sound of, I'm a tumor, I'm a tumor, I'm a tumor. My head is spinning, I'm super dehydrated, and I'm slowly going insane from that fucking tumor sound. I can tell it's coming from the corner of the room, so I go to stand up and immediately collapse. My right leg is throbbing, and my jeans are covered in blood. I am barely comprehending reality, but I am motivated to make that sound stop. So I start dragging myself on the ground, pushing aside pizza boxes and beer bottles till I find the computer and hammer fist it off. Then I start dragging myself to the bathroom. I find my friend brushing his teeth, who says, rough night? I'm like, water. So he gets me a glass, and I proceed to spend the next 6 hours on the couch trying to regain brain function. Eventually, reality starts to come back, and I ask my friend, what happened last night? He's like, you don't remember? I'm like, I remember playing Battle Shots, and then I blacked out. He's like, well, first you destroyed Battle Shots by spilling cranberry juice all over it. Then you drunk dialed your ex on speakerphone and asked if she was available for a quick smash session. What did she say? She said you only call her when you're drunk, and hung up. I'm like, that's accurate. Okay, then what happens? Then we all went out to the bar, and you're doing your usual walking around, telling everyone how much you love them. Things are going great until you walk outside. Knowing you were f***ed up and probably up to no good, I decide to follow you. You then get up on this rusty sewer grate and start pissing. I tell you that's a bad idea, and your response was, mid-woo, the grate collapsed and you fell in. I'm like, wait, I fell in? He's like, yep, right in the sewer. And as I looked around me, I thought I was covered in dirt when I was actually covered in shit. Disgusted, I'm like, okay, then what happened? He's like, well, I couldn't get you out, and you weren't helping, so I went back into the bar and got a few people who helped drag you out. Then I put you on my shoulders and firemen carried you back to the house. I'm like, damn, dude, that's really nice of you. And I'm sorry to say this, but I think I destroyed your laptop. He's like, what the f? I'm like, bro, I was in pure agony, and you played 10 hours of Peter saying I'm not a tumor? What do you think was gonna happen? He's like, I should have left you in that hole. And the word hole echoed in my brain. I'm like, I gotta see this. So the next day I went to the alleyway and gimped my way to the sewer grate. And my friend was not kidding. There was literally a 7-foot concrete hole with blood still on the wall, probably from my busted leg. And I remember just being like, holy shit. If my friend wasn't here to get me out and I woke up in some Saw-like dungeon, I'd probably have a panic attack. I mean, I could barely drag myself to the bathroom the next morning, let alone Shawshanking myself to freedom. That's when I had the realization that alcohol is a cruel bitch. It's like Planned Parenthood of the mind, where it keeps aborting all your good decisions. That's why I decided Plan B, and just smoke weed instead. It's all the fun of escaping reality without the fear of waking up as a Ninja Turtle. Kill me. Getting drunk is fun, but just like DMing your friend's ex, it has consequences. So here's a story on how drinking almost ended me. It was my senior year at college, and I invited over my friends Amanda and Kaylee to pregame. Both said they were down and asked if they could bring some people. I'm like, of course, thinking they'd each bring like one friend.
I wanted to get a stream in, but I didn't really feel like...
I see Amanda, Kaylee, and 6 other women. They're like, you must be Steve. And I'm like, oh, well, yes, I am. Please, come into my humble abode. So they all pile in my place, and I go to get my roommate. I'm like, Jake. He's like, what? And comes out of his room with sweatpants and a shirt with Dorito dust on it. Upon seeing the women, Jake panics and runs back to his room to change. I'm like, don't worry about him. He's on the spectrum. Anyway, what can I get you ladies? Patron, Jameson, Keystone Light? So we're all drinking, having a good time, when I'm like, let's play some beer pong. They're like, yeah. So I set up a table and say, who wants to be my partner? Skinny cute face chick is like, let's do this. I turned to my roommate Jake, who was absolutely no game, and was like, Jake, pick a partner. Like, pick someone you want to pork, Jake. So we partners up and we start playing. During the middle of the game, and I swear this is true, the girl I'm playing with says in front of everyone, hey hey, do you want to have sex later? And my response was, I'll think about it, causing my friends Amanda and Kaylee to die laughing. Because this is the first time in my life I had options. It was like being the big titty girl at the bar. Like, wait, I get to choose who I want to pork? Oh, this is nice. I don't know why busty bitches ever complain. Anyway, we finished that game of Pong and had so much fun, I was like, let's play again. Another girl at the party who had her tits all pushed together was like, I'll play with you. And not even acknowledging her face, I was like, yes, Miss Titties. So we continue to play and my ego is swirling out of control. My shirt's off, everyone's laughing, having a good time, and my dopamine is at max. Eventually, my friend Kaylee says, let's go to the bar. So we're all waiting by the bus stop and I start making out with Miss Titties. We stop for a moment and she says, do you want to have a three-way? And my brain exploded with happiness. I couldn't even contain my excitement. I was like, yes, I would. So
okay, I'm ending the stream now. The stream's over. Stream's gone. Merry Christmas. Don't watch Offending Everybody on the stream. Goodbye.